This is my first video with the BRZ. Today we're going to be installing the GrimmSpeed intake on this fucker. Hopefully it's pretty easy. It should be pretty simple, but let's get it started. So this is what the factory airbox looks like. It has this stupid tube that comes up and goes into the firewall, I believe, down in there somewhere. You got to fish that out, I think, but I'll figure it out. But that's what it looks like. To get the airbox off, you gotta get this 10 mil, this 10 mil, and I think there's another one somewhere. Yeah, down here. So you gotta get those off. This hose clamp, this hose clamp. This needs to come off. I believe that does too, but I'll double check and I'll put it in the video. So this is what comes in the package. I ordered the red tubing. I think you can also order it in black. This is for the ZC6, I believe is what this generation is called. You get your cone filter, obviously, your housing, rubber fucking pieces for that. New hardware, some tubing, blah, 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 you get it. But yeah, now we're gonna take that apart and then figure out how to put this on without watching YouTube. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is remove the sound generator tube, which should be this 10 mil and this 10 mil, and it should just pop right off. All right, so now that we got this loosened, we're going to go ahead and loosen this hose clamp and then just pull it right off, and then this should just slide out. All right, so for the back side of the tubing here, there's just a few clips down in there that are holding it to the car. But if you just reach down and then just pull, it'll slide right out of the firewall like that. And then you should just be able to pop these clips off, and then it should come right out. Got the one on the bottom out, and then this piece here. All right, and just like that, the noise generator is out of the car. A waste of weight. Don't understand why that's in there in the first place. And so now I believe we're going to move to the airbox assembly and get that off. So I forgot to mention, it comes with the GrimmSpeed intake comes with this little plug, and it'll go in there down here, and you just gotta find the spot where it goes into, and it will plug the hole that the noise generator tube came out of. All right, so what we're actually gonna do is remove the MAF sensor or disconnect it, and then we'll remove this hose here. So just grab some pliers and you should be able to, oh shit. Pinch it in, pull out, and then the tube should just slide out. But it's being a pain in the ass. All right, so now that you got these disconnected, we're gonna go ahead and remove the hose, and that is either just a flathead or an 8 mil, and they should just pop right off. So I lied, this is actually an 8 mil right here to loosen this part, and then after that you'll do this 10 mil, this 10 mil, and then that 10 mil right down there, and then this whole assembly should be out. All right, and just like that, the disassembly is done. Now we have to install the GrimmSpeed one. All right, so now that the airbox is out, we're gonna transfer this grommet and this grommet over to the GrimmSpeed box right here and right here. And then this one should be ready to get put in the car. All right, so next we're actually going to put these rubber seals onto the airbox, and then we can throw it in the car. So the longest one right here, this longest one will go in this portion of the box, so we're gonna install that right now. All right, this rubber piece is now in. I had to do a little bit of trimming to make it fit, but this one's in. Now we install this piece, the second longest one around. All right, and then for the shortest portion here, after we get this installed, goes on the lid right here, and then it will pop on and seal like so. All right, now that those are done, we're going to go ahead and put the intake box in and put it right where the other one lined up with. here and here. So now that you have it fitted in, you're going to reuse the 10mm bolts to take the old one out, just 2 of them, and install those, and then your box is done. So after that's installed, there's a little grommet here. You cut that on one side. You'll wrap it around the MAF sensor harness, and then it will go right in that little indent. All right, so now that that's done, your pipe, you're going to slide it through the inlet here, and then get it to how you want it to fit, and then we'll start with the next thing. All right, after that's done, you install the coupler onto the throttle body, and that is just 2 hose clamps, pretty self-explanatory. All right, so next we have this tube right here, comes with this, slide it on there. Now once that's on, you slide the plastic tubing in, and once you're done with that, move to the MAF sensor. For the MAF sensor, taking it off the OEM box, it's just 2 Phillips, and then it slides right. So now that that's out, GrimmSpeed gives you these 2 replacement bolts for the MAF sensor, so let's go put that on the car now. All right, so now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and move to the cone. All right, so when installing this, you gotta make sure that the cone is roughly 1 inch away from the MAF sensor. And now, before we put on the lid to the box, we're gonna go ahead and start it up and see how she sounds. I just recently did 1320 headers, over pipe, and front pipe on the car. As you can see, it goes down in there. But we're gonna hear a startup with that, lukewarm startup, and then we'll do some revs for the intake. Definitely need to do something about how loud that is, because I can barely hear myself talk right now. We're gonna let it idle down and then we'll do some revs. So I do not have a videographer for me right now, so I'm going to set you guys next to the airbox right there, and hopefully you guys get good sound out of it. So I'm not for sure if you guys could hear that over the exhaust right now, but I could definitely hear a change. It's definitely louder. Let's throw the lid on it and then call it a day. All right, so for the lid, you have these washers and these Allen bits. Yeah, if it focuses, yep, Allen bits. And then we'll just go ahead and slap the top of the box on. And just like that, you are done. Enjoy your fresh GrimmSpeed intake. Sorry, I'm sweating a lot right now. It's super hot. And then for those of you who are wondering what is done to my car currently, this is a 2018 BRZ. It's got Gramlite 57 CRs on it in black chrome. It's got a performance package, 1320 headers, over pipe and front pipe that's dual resonated, a Raymark axle back, BC, whatever series, coilovers, DS or something like that. And as of now, I believe that is it for the main modifications. I obviously have a bunch of stuff like tint and fucking center caps, all that bullshit, but that's what my car is. This will be the first video of hopefully many, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.